One of the most anticipated movies of the summer comes to us from the director of Jumanji and Jurassic Park 3. Captain America. You know, when I sat down and thought about it, I'm surprised it took so long for this movie to come to fruition, because it had a really cheesy 90s movie that like everyone hates, but it's just so terrible, and now all of a sudden we have a really big budget treatment of the comic book that a lot of people love from Marvel. It stars Chris Evans as the hero, we have Hugo Weaving as the main villain, Red Skull, Tommy Lee Jones and Hayley Atwell, as well as Stanley Tucci, who I really like. This is a period piece film back when the war was going on, and I think that's really cool because I love how it has that kind of Raiders of the Lost Ark feel to it. I think Joe Johnston captured it really well because he actually worked on Raiders of the Lost Ark. The movie's about this little guy with a big heart. His name's Steve Rogers. He's played by Chris Evans. He wants to be in the army, but he's a little shrimpy guy, and you know, no one really believes in him except a few people, and he really wants to make it. He wants to fight for his country and everything. And he ends up getting signed up for this program, this test. He's kind of a guinea pig for this new idea where he gets pumped filled with this stuff and he becomes a super soldier. Through various ways, he becomes known as Captain America, and he has to fight against evil and everything, and Red Skull, played by Hugo Weaving. I really had a lot of fun with Captain America. I really did. I thought it was a great superhero film, and I liked it a lot more than Green Lantern, and more than Thor even. I'm not really sure about X-Men. One of the things that's really nice about this movie is the look of the film. The production value of this movie is insane, and I knew it was going to be like that going in because all of Joe Johnston's movies look great. The production is always just state of the art. One of the things that gave me hope for this movie was Joe Johnston directed a movie in 1991 called The Rocketeer, which was also a period piece comic book adaptation and basically a superhero movie, and I really liked that movie. It was a lot of fun, and this film has a really similar feel. Chris Evans did a really nice job as Captain America. He bulked up, jeez. In regards to Captain America's origin in the comics, I am a total noob. I really only know the basics and nothing else. And so I'm judging this film purely from a filmmaking standpoint, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I think that Hugo Weaving... I love Hugo Weaving so much. I mean, The Matrix, Lord of the Rings, Megatron, V for Vendetta. Now that guy, he is just awesome. That guy oozes awesome. Hugo Weaving is so good in this movie, and he is by far my favorite superhero villain of the year. The look of Chris Evans when he's a little shrimpy kid, it's perfect. It is 100% convincing. Red Skull looks so awesome. Every little facial twitch that Hugo Weaving was giving it just worked perfectly through the performance. I love the special effects of this movie. They were excellent. One of the things I was really worried about was how are they going to get past the cheesiness of a real soldier deciding to dress up like that. They did a really good job of that. I'm not going to go into details, but they did a really good job of actually making it convincing that the guy would end up calling himself Captain America and wear the outfit and the shield and everything, and it worked. I liked the outfit. Tommy Lee Jones is in the fugitive mode, and when I say that, it's the mode where he just walks around straight face, giving orders in a southern accent. You're gonna go right there and you can do that thing right there? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, alright. Hugo Weaving really stole the show for me here. This movie was just, I loved him so much. Every time he came on screen, I was like, yes! Also, Alan Silvestri's score is excellent. His theme is very good, and I think this is my favorite score of his since Predator. All in all, basically, Marvel has completely destroyed DC this year, and it wasn't too patriotic, and that's one of the things I really liked, was even though it was all like, yeah, America is great and everything, it didn't like shove it in your face. Some of the flaws I had with the film where it is extremely hokey and corny at times. I think it's kind of relishing the fact that they know some of it's a little cheesy with the Captain America and all that. It is a little slow at parts. I felt like there maybe needed to be some more action in some scenes. Also, the first half of the film feels like its own movie, which was very good, and the second half of the film feels like a completely different movie, which maybe wasn't as good as the first half, but still a lot of fun. For some reason, they did not show the Avengers teaser at my screening. I found out they weren't showing it for any of the critics' screenings, so I was a little ticked off about that, but I watched the leaked version and I couldn't see a thing, and so I can't really say much about that. The ladies will enjoy Chris Evans, and the guys will enjoy everything else, and maybe Chris Evans too, who knows. I enjoyed Captain America a lot. I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 4 stars. So stay tuned, because tomorrow I'm going to see Crazy Stupid Love at a screening, and I'll let you know what I think of that too. So if you like this review, subscribe to my channel and get Stuckmanized.